approaching El Monte. We have at least an hour and a half, if not a little more. 95 miles an hour, eastbound 10 freeway. The vehicle refusing to pull over, the CHP behind it the whole time from South LA down to Orange County, back up the 5 freeway into downtown LA, Boyle Heights, then eastbound on the 10, crossing Alhambra, coming into El Monte, approaching the 605 freeway in several miles up ahead. Male driver with a checkered shirt. The want is speed on this vehicle. The California Highway Patrol continues to be in pursuit of the vehicle for about, I would say 45 minutes now, if not longer. Using the HOV lane right now to pass other cars. There's one of the units. I count at least three units and a motorcycle officer over behind the chase, and a CHP helicopter tracking it from above. We're hearing that the CHP describing the driver wearing a ball cap and the checkered shirt. We did see the driver at one point with the window down. Eastbound 10 freeway, speeds almost 100 miles an hour. He did not take the bus route there, but he's in the HOV lane. Easy travel for the driver. There is traffic out here. It's light traffic on the 10 freeway right now. Slowing down to about 90 miles an hour. Eastbound 10, just east of Baldwin Avenue. Speeds ranging from 90 to 100 miles an hour in that HOV lane. Back up to 100 now, coming up to Peck Road. He's moving quickly to the 605 freeway. He's crossed the 605 freeway twice now, down off the 405 when he took the 22 east, and now he's going to, and then when he took the 5 north, he crossed the 605. Now he's going to cross it again, unless he decides to jump out of that lane and take the 605. He can go north or south on that, but so far in the HOV lane, 100 miles an hour, and within about a mile, maybe a little less, he's going to have that 605 interchange to deal with. Now, the California Highway Patrol will not do a pit maneuver, of course, at these speeds, plus it's that heavier SUV vehicle, but a spike strip might be possible. However, this is might be a difficult task for the CHP officers ahead because of the wide freeway. It would have to be done just right in a safe manner. He's approaching the interchange now, Chris. It looks like he's going to stay committed to the the 10 freeway here. Coming through Baldwin Park now, under the 605 freeway. And we'll just kind of keep an eye on him there as that bridge will go away here in a second. There it is, number 1 lane. Traffic seems to be a little bit heavier here now that he's passed the 10 freeway through Baldwin Park. Eastbound 10 approaching. It's starting to get there. Looking out the window, I can see heavier traffic up ahead on the 10 eastbound. It's was light traffic that he was going through or with, but you see the speeds have slowed down because of that traffic. It's moderate, I would call it, right now. It's if we can slide closer, Chris, because there's no one out our side. If we can get closer to the freeway, because if he gets behind that wall, I'll lose him. Moved all the way over, it looks like, to the number 4 lane. Having to deal with more vehicles ahead of him. There he goes, all the way over. He might be thinking about exiting here, but it's likely that he just moved over because of the traffic up ahead. All right, approaching the West Covina area now, and eastbound 10 freeway.
Might be thinking about
speeds have slowed down to about 70 to 80.
That he just.
There he goes. He's kind of on the brakes there a little bit. Behind an ambulance there. He's going to go around the ambulance. Down to 65 miles an hour. Traffic will lighten up here a little bit for the driver, but he's got the Kellogg interchange coming up a couple miles. We'll see what kind of traffic he'll handle there if he doesn't get off the freeway. Coming through West Covina right now, picking up speed, about 75 miles an hour. I did hear the California Highway Patrol talking about trying to set up a spike strip at some point, but again, with the speed and the amount of traffic that's out here on the freeways, it's going to be a difficult task, a dangerous task for sure for the officers trying to deploy that. It looks like 4 units of the California Highway Patrol behind this vehicle, wanted for speed, CHP helicopter as well above it. They've dropped back a little ways. I'll come out a little wider to see the first unit there. Calling it 95 miles an hour, so the driver taking advantage of the lighter traffic in this section of the freeway. But as I look up ahead, as he's quickly approaching the Kellogg interchange, he's got that slight climb through the hills. There is a little bit more moderate traffic up ahead that is slowing at this point. One thing we haven't seen in this pursuit is the driver being on surface streets. We've seen this pursuit on freeways only so far. Eastbound 10 freeway, passing Barranca. .95 miles an hour, starting to make the climb through the hills, the foothills here. So the driver in about a mile and a half is going to have an option to take the 57 freeway north or south or continue on the 10. Not doing too bad, even though the traffic is a little bit slower through here, a little bit more congested, but he's got a lot of, there's a lot of big rigs that are on the freeway through this section, and the cars ahead of him are moving actually pretty quickly themselves, so that's helping the driver get through this traffic. Approaching Via Verde now, eastbound 10 freeway. In the HOV lane, the traffic seems to be opening up a little bit here. Those cars that were ahead of him are really helping out. I see another California Highway Patrol unit that's going to be joining the pursuit here momentarily in the slow lane, so we'll see him come into the mix. And in a short distance here is the 57 interchange and the 71. Able to look into there in that front windshield. That's our exhaust we're shooting through, but that'll clear up here in just a second. We are approaching Pomona, Coming up to the interchange here, he's gonna go by us a little bit. And he's committed to that 10 freeway right now in that lane. Yeah, well, he's changing lanes, I think, to get around a car here, but yeah, go Chris, go. Well, he's committed to the 10 freeway through the 57 interchange you're seeing there in the 71. There is a closer unit that's getting involved there with the CHP, and we'll be approaching Fairplex right now. 10 freeway approaching Fairplex. There's the California Highway Patrol unit behind the vehicle. Eastbound 10 approaching Fairplex, 90 miles an hour. The California Highway Patrol in the air, on the ground behind this vehicle, wanted for speed. Crossing Dudley. Very close 10 approaching town. Let's try to get in a little closer to it. Coming up to Indian Hill. Indian Hill, approaching Indian Hill, 95 miles an hour. We'll come out to another wide shot, wider shot, so you can see. It's hard to tell the speed until you see the other cars he's passing. Because we're tight there. Coming up to mountain, 95 miles an hour, and the speed's hard to tell until you see the other cars that look like they're standing still. Oh, very good. The chopper below. Okay. Well, attitude mix up in the air is not only us in the Txankro Bravo, the California High School helicopter, and now a fixed wing. picking up the pursuit now. Rancho Cucamonga unit and the Baldwin Park units will drop off. Eastbound 10 freeway, approaching Archibald. Coming across, he might be thinking about taking one of the options here, north or south on the 15, but he's going to have to make that decision pretty quick here as we approach the freeway interchange. You can keep going, Chris. Over into the middle lane. It looks like he's going to stay committed to the north or the eastbound 10. But you never know, you can jump across that core point last minute. How many times have we seen that? But no, not this time. Eastbound 10 from the 15. Just picking up the speed once again. Driving 95 miles an hour. Yeah. Thank you. Coming off that front tire, he may have hit something, maybe a spike strip. We don't know. I didn't see the spike strip happen, but look at he's going to be pulling over. I think here he's losing that front passenger tire. Smoke coming from that front rim. Might have been the spike strip that was set up under one of the bridges there, but it's hard to say. The driver's significantly slowing down. The gig might be up here as he approaches Cherry Avenue on the 10 freeway east. Fire. Fontana, we're in Fontana, eastbound 10 freeway at Citrus. Now the speeds have slowed, so because we've lost the tread on one of the tires. It's unknown if the spike strip was involved under one of the bridges possibly. But suddenly we saw just minutes ago the smoke coming out of that front passenger tire. Then he loses the tread altogether on that tire. Eastbound 10 freeway coming up the Sierra. We're going to be making a move here to cross over the 10 freeway because of the traffic for Ontario. The vehicle here. Here comes the CHP now. They moved up alongside that vehicle there for some reason, eyeballing that car. I'm not sure if that vehicle tried to get involved. But we might see a pit maneuver coming up if the speed slow down enough where they can do that pit maneuver successfully. That's for sure, but if he starts to lose the rear tires, we may see the speeds diminish here, but it's unbelievable. The speed's 80 miles an hour with the two front tires essentially blown out here, and there goes some more debris from the car. It looks like those rims are starting to grind down. About to hand over to the Super Nino. More and more debris coming off that front. You see it trailing behind. And the CHP is saying, be careful, there's metal debris coming from the rims. It is so dangerous to have both your through the 91, up past the 605, all the way into the East LA interchange, where we took the 5 north for a little bit, and then eastbound 10, and that's where we are now, eastbound 10. We are in Colton. Through Ontario, tires start to go low. Passenger side tire and the driver. Whether that's like tread come off of the right passenger. Over to the driver's side here, and look at the tire there, and sure enough, it's down on rims on both front tires. So, but despite that, 80 miles an hour. San Bernardino, PHP is now taking over as primary. They're about to anyway. Coming through Colton right now, and he's going to continue east on the 10. Eastbound 10, crossing coming up to Waterman Avenue. Let's take inventory on that front rim. Grinding away on that rim. Look at that. Both rims. Hey Chris, can we get in a little closer? I'm at the end of my lens. Car in front of Bravo on Santiago. How do you copy? If you can hear me, I can't hear you. Try Blue Ridge. Hey Chris, I barely hear you. I'm on Blue Ridge if you can hear me. Hey, go ahead. Go ahead. I hear you a little bit there. Go ahead. Simon Des, Bravo on the 161. Hey Jamie, can you let NLC know I can't hear them? Maybe they can try me on the 161, or if they can let you know what hilltop we need to be in. That's what's the problem. Hey Chris, go ahead, go ahead. Barely hear you, so you might want to try me on the 161. Hey, Jamie, let's go on the 161. How's our signal? Is our picture okay still? Okay, great. Thank you. Sorry about that to everyone watching at home. We're having some radio issues being this far out. We're eastbound 10 freeway through Redlands. This is coming up on Cypress Avenue. This vehicle, driver determined to get away from the California Highway Patrol. Down on two rims in the front. He's got his hazard lights on. Not as fast as he was driving before, but still trying to get away here. We're looking at speeds right around maybe 60 miles an hour. A wider shot, there's the CHP behind that vehicle, and he's continuing eastbound. Yeah. Yeah, 35 miles an hour usually is the max, Jamie. So two issues with trying to do a pit maneuver on this vehicle. One is its size, but also the speed. Being that the driver's going around 60, 65 miles an hour, it's a little too fast for front tires. Just wait for that moment where the driver slows down enough to make it traffic out here is light, and so that should not be a factor with a pit where it just needs to slow down. Eastbound 10 freeway, Yucaipa Boulevard. We are in the city of Yucaipa now. Out of Redlands, South LA is where we heard this pursuit starting up on the 405 freeway and now stretching out east. Eastbound 10 freeway approaching Calamasa Boulevard. Sparks now being seen from that front end. Wow, just grinding away. Sparks coming up now. We saw debris being launched off that front end. It looked like it went over the center divider into the opposing lanes of traffic. A lot of sparks coming up. There's the brakes. You see the brakes dangling there, just bouncing on the surface of the freeway, about to give way. There goes, wow, look at that. There's the 40 miles an hour they're calling it. This is eastbound 10, 40 miles an hour. The brake caliper dangling, might have already let loose the rotor there, just bouncing around freely, grinding away. We don't know the condition on the passenger side, but it can only be the same because it's just been grinding away for the last several miles. Even a tighter shot there will open up the lens a little bit so you can see how that just, I mean, he's got to be riding on the body of the car itself. And this, well, we'll see. He might be thinking about giving it up, but he's at a speed now where they could do, they're at a speed now that he can, they could probably do that pit maneuver, but I think at this point they're gonna just let the driver just drive this until he stops. It might not be worth the pit maneuver. We'll see, although there's no reason not to do it other than you know, risking the officers there, but you see more parts coming off the passenger side, and he's really struggling now. He might hit the center divider here. Yep, he's going right at it, trying to brake, and he's going to come to a stop right here. Chris, get ready. No, let's stay right where we're at if we can. He might jump out and try to run across the freeway. We'll see. Right up against it. That's it. Let's hold here, Chris, if you can. And, well, the driver's staying inside. The vehicle coming to rest right along the 10 freeway at Cherry. Let's see here. This is 10 Cherry Valley, exit 90. And now it's a felony stop. The driver not jumping out, not trying to run. All lanes blocked on the freeway, the CHP, and a K9 unit that's arrived also. That's been trailing the pursuit the whole time, at the ready in case they need that K9 to get in there. The driver, let's take a look, coming out, hands up. He's got a cowboy hat on now. Earlier they said he had a baseball hat on. Now he's switched to a cowboy hat. They're going to want him to keep his hands up and walk backwards away from the vehicle. He's going to close the door. It's unclear if anyone else is in the vehicle. He's going to want to keep those hands up, though. And he continues to put his arms down. There he goes, walking backwards, starting to comply now with the officer's demands. He's going to walk backwards, and again, this pursuit starting in South LA, 405 and the 110 freeway. Wanted for speed. They tried to pull him over. The CHP did. The driver refused to pull over. It was failure to yield at that point. Made his way into Long Beach along the 405 to Garden Grove on the 22. Into Anaheim along the 5 past Disneyland. Went all the way up to the East LA interchange, into downtown LA, Boyle Heights, then eastbound on the 10 from there, all the way here to Cali Mesa. 115 miles according to my pilot, Chris Sanders. And here we go, the driver finally being taken into custody after running the car down to its front axle. Hey, go ahead, Jamie, go ahead.
Let's wrap it up. I want you to head back, get some fuel, let's try to get you in the 5 over one of these protests.
Okay, will do, thank you. And there he is, in custody. they're going to clear the car to make sure there's no one else in there. The last word we heard was it was just the driver, but the windows are very tinted, so they'll be doing that with the canine that's going to approach the vehicle, and they'll likely put the canine in there. We'll see. But that's our coverage here for this pursuit, ending safely with no injuries except to the vehicle. It was grinded down to its front end, basically, and there's the search of the vehicle. We're going to depart our coverage. We're going to end our coverage here and depart back for fuel. Make sure you join us for the NBC4 News at 5 o'clock for all the latest information on this pursuit and other news. I'm Gil Lavis signing off. We're done, Chris. Perfect.